Hi, welcome to Monday, May 18th. You're about 4 weeks away from summer break officially starting, where you don't have to worry about logging on or doing school, and you get to have 6 to 8 weeks to be able to relax and hopefully be able to be outside for some nice weather and nice activities. Who knows when this COVID-19 thing is going to end, and who knows how it's going to look this summer in parks and playgrounds and the Jersey Shore and the mountains and any place else where you and your family go. But I'm hoping that it improves and it gets better. We're about a month away from that. That said, I am making 2 short videos this week, and they're not to overwhelm you. One video is all about the physical education projects. It explains to you a little bit more detail what was in writing, and that I posted for you last week. So you can watch that video. It's about 13 minutes long. Fast forward or rewind as you want to. This video is all about the health tasks for this week. Let me tell you right off the bat that you don't have any project to make for this week. You don't have to create a Google Slides. You don't have to create a Google Doc. You don't have to take a test. You don't have to do any constructed responses. There's really no assignment this week for health except for answering a question that I post onto the Google Classroom directly. And I'm going to ask you to write a little bit about that towards the end of the week. It'll probably be posted Wednesday or Thursday, and I'm going to ask you to answer that question. This week is an interesting week because on the lesson plan, when you look at it, it says that it's the estimated time to complete for your Google Classroom assignment will be about 10 minutes. It's not going to take you long to answer the question that I'm asking you to answer. The actual research/education part is going to take anywhere from 14 minutes and up, depending on what you choose to do. I want you to focus this week on painkillers and heroin. And I totally realize that if you know somebody, a loved one, family member, a friend, who suffers from opiate addiction in the city of Philadelphia or elsewhere, that this could be a very sensitive topic for you. So if you're going to take part in these lessons, I encourage you to talk to your parents about it. Talk to your trusted other adults around you about this and be able to share any information, educate each other, talk about it, go through stories, and be able to use that as understanding, education, and healing. If you don't know anybody that's addicted, it's probably really one of the, if not the most important hard drug to be able to understand lately because of how bad the problem is in the city of Philadelphia. It says here that each page has a variety of videos and things on it, and I'm going to ask you to watch 2 videos that say the truth about painkillers, the truth about heroin. I'll show you where they are on the websites as we go. The heroin page has several videos specifically for Philadelphia, and I'll show that to you too. Extra credit if you need it. So if you have something missing, if you didn't turn in the human sexuality projects, if you didn't turn in the whole human sexuality project, there are free e-courses just like the ones that I gave to you last week as extra credit, alternative assignments. You can do those and show me your completion, and I can give you credit for them. There's also alternatives assignment and personal enrichment where you would go on further. That's why I said it's a minimum of 7 minutes, but it could take longer. This is the truth about medication abuse page. You're not required to go here. but you may want to go here. It talks about how people get hooked on prescription medications and become addicted, and it causes a problem. There's going to be direct links to these pages on the Google Classroom, so you don't have to go and find how to get to them. So you may want to look at these for your own benefit, okay? This is the addiction to painkillers page. It speaks about painkillers in general and the addictions to those. It talks about the difference between opiates and opioids, because they're pretty much the same thing, but one's natural and one's synthetic or made in the laboratory. It talks to you about the main categories of painkillers that are prescribed right here. It also talks about other medication, including cannabinoids such as CBD and THC that comes from marijuana, and steroids that sometimes have a pain relieving effect or can have a pain relieving effect. In fact, there are often programs where they're starting to use medical marijuana with THC obviously in it to be able to treat opiate addiction, because you're still getting the relief from pain without the opiates entering into your system. So that's something to look about, think about. There's links to that as well. And then there's, as you go down, this free e-course, The Truth About Painkillers. This is not the video. This is the entire free e-course. It's called the same. Articles. And then there's 3 featured videos. One called Chasing the Dragon. It's a full-length, sort of sensitive movie created by the DEA that talks about people trying to chase their first high. They get high, and then they're always trying to make their next time that they get high feel the same as their first. So there's a movie called that. There's also one produced by the BBC talking about America's opioid crisis. It's also full length. Both of them are about an hour. I don't expect you to read them, watch them. Sorry, I don't expect you to watch them, but you may want to. I expect you to watch this video. This is people, 7 minutes long. It's from Drug Free World. It can also be watched on this e-course. So if you're interested in doing the whole e-course, the video is on there at some point. And it talks about people that were addicted. That's what it talks about. Along with that, you go to the heroin page, and it talks about the epidemic in Philadelphia. It gives you a couple articles. This one is a photo project that was created by Philly Voice. Gives you an info page. There's another free e-course, the same thing, from Drug Free World. And then the featured videos. There's a bunch of them. This one is from Dr. Oz. This one is from CBS News. Both of them specifically focus on Philadelphia. There's also an episode of Drugs Inc. from the Learning Channel that was on years ago that is called Philly Dope, that speaks about the heroin and PCP trade in Philadelphia. I cannot find a free version of it online to be able to let you watch that this week. I do have a free version at school, but I can't post it online or show it to you over here. But if there's any way for you to be able to watch Philly Dope from Drugs Inc. for free, on demand on Comcast or online, you may want to watch that video too to show you about Philadelphia. I grew up in the neighborhood that they're talking about right now, or Kensington is the center of the heroin epidemic. I grew up 2 blocks from the Tioga L stop, so my specific block is not as bad with the heroin as other areas of Kensington. But I definitely have a tie to this growing up and seeing how the neighborhood changed and how bad it is now compared to how bad it was then. It's really, really an epidemic, like they're saying. This is the video I suggest you watch, The Truth About Heroin, where again addicts speak. If you want to see more about that, there's also an infographics video, effects of heroin video, a day in the life of an addict from CBS News, and No Dope follows an addict. Both of these follows a person addicted. They're both sort of sad. This one's short, maybe 5 minutes, and it's something to do. On the bottom of the page, there's also helping someone with overdoses, and it tells you how to use Narcan and naloxone if somebody near you has a problem and is ODing. So, sensitive topics this week, and what I want you to do is just watch the two videos, the 2 7-minute videos, Truth About Drugs, on both of the web pages. Then answer a single question towards the end of the week. It won't take you long. Many of you, since you are such great students and so interested in different things, many of you are going to want to look at more and see more. So the one thing I will say is don't overwhelm yourself and see too much that you become upset the whole time. If you did not watch it yet, watch the physical education project video at some point. Try to have a nice week and a nice rest of your day.